I'm gonna pick tomatoes this evening. It's still pretty hot out, so get your bucket and help me out. I'm gonna flip this around and start picking. Okay, first is this volunteer cherry tomato that I don't know where the seed came from, but I think the birds know that. Answer that question. And I think this little branch here at one time had 24 tomatoes on it. I'm probably picking a dozen today. And let's get some viewers. Put down the gaming and watch me pick tomatoes. Hold on. I better pick the right audience. I better get some viewers. I'll wait a little bit. Gotta have some viewers. And the sweet potatoes. This is unusual. Oh, I got a viewer. I'm picking tomatoes. And I'm picking these cherry tomatoes. I think I got done. Oh, there's one right here. They're cute, pretty little things. Next here is a volunteer, just a regular volunteer tomato with small tomatoes on it. Ooh. This one is look like a Sesame Street character. All right. It's got a nose. Got 3 viewers. And chat. Heck yeah. And that says that plump. Well, I'm probably plump too. Okay. I'll get these last 2 here. This plant. And go searching around. Oh, I think I see one on this one down here. This plant. This is its first tomato it's ever had. And there's none up there. I'll go over here, these other volunteers. 15 viewers, I hope they stay. More chats. And Laura says, okay. Oh, yeah. She says hi too and something in Spanish. Probably something like, well, I'm not so sure. It's probably a good comment. Yeah. Where are you from? Sweetwater, Tennessee. It's in between Knoxville and Chattanooga. And I love chatting. And I hope I get the chats. I get chats on the and then I'll go on. And here's another cherry tomato. Little guys. Man. Here's some more. These tomatoes showed up, and these I did not plant. These are volunteer tomatoes, and I think a bird brought them in. And here's some more. And they're cute, and they don't have any blemishes on them. Let's see. Yeah, I might give those a little more time. If it was going to rain a lot, I'd probably pick those because they hot. I'll look over here. Here's like those ain't ready. That's another volunteer. They're like a pear tomato, not a pear. It might be the grape tomato. So I'm going to go to the other garden where there's lots of tomatoes. So bear with me. And cuss the groundhog. Oh, I think a deer fly just buzzed me. Yo, don't know. I don't want to be bothered. 6 viewers, good. Let's see. I'm going to start. Oh, he's dead. 9 viewers, and there's George going to help. George. Well, I love you, George. George wants to help. Okay. I'm picking these 4. Well, they're in front of the shed here. I put some volunteer tomatoes. I took a shovel and just, there's gobs of volunteers in the garden, and I just spade them up. That one jumped. Where'd you go? That's from that tomato worm. I'm gonna keep spraying those. That one will probably have to be refrigerated when I get it in the house, or freeze it if I want to keep it. And I want to keep it. It's nothing really. Look, and I think there might be, there's cherry tomatoes in this group. It's loaded. You can hardly see them. And it's been really hot, and the tomatoes are really, really starting to turn. Oh, there's a lot. There's some worm damage. I haven't really solved the tomato worm issue yet. I sprayed them the other day, and I don't think there's any fresh damage. But they're down here too. They're all over the place. 11 viewers, good. And Salt Tea says, Tomako. Well, what language is that? Or it's a misspelling or a different language. One of the two. It can't be anything else. And Lucas Braveheart says, 11 M, please like. Yeah, like and subscribe. And I got a thumbs up. All right, great. Till the bottom. And I don't see any damage. Ooh, there's one down in here. This plant's low. Well, this hill. This has several different plants, and they're different sizes. And this one doesn't want to let go. This is a bigger one. I don't know what. Oh, this one's on the ground. Oh, almost hit. It almost hit. And there's a pretty. No, that's a pretty one. That is an interesting. It's kind of like, what are they? A Mr. Stripey in a way, but they're not like Well, okay, that one's done. 12 viewers. And I'm starting to sweat. But if it gets too hot or sweaty, I got a do-rag in my pocket. I'll put on my do-rag so I won't sweat on my face. And here's a nice one on this next volunteer hill. I think this one's got a lot of big tomatoes. That one's not ready. I'll look on the other side again. Here's a nice pumpkin started. This plant started way down there, and it just threw vines everywhere, and it's finally decided to do what it was supposed to do, is make pumpkins and not vines. Okay, that one's done. The next hill. Oh, there's a bunch of these. Kind of small, but they all taste the same in chili pot. Come on. Ooh, that's the one I saw initially. Clear at the bottom. Yep. And one over here. Look around. Nope, that one's not turned enough. Oh gosh. Well, there's one here. This hill here, well, that's that same stripy look. That's nothing there. Oh, I see yeah, that's a worm poop. So there's a worm in here. 7 viewers. I like to get more. Maybe the chats are no more chats. Keep the chat room alive. I don't know what's going on. Squeeze in this corn area and go to this plant. And this is another volunteer that I put here, and it's got large tomatoes. And I think I may have picked one or two the other day from it. Seeds. And here's one. Another volunteer hill. Boy, that looks like a stripy. Nana might take a experiment with that one. She likes fresh tomatoes. I don't. I can tolerate a tomato in a hamburger, but that's about it. That one's just ripe enough to pick. Oh, let me make sure. None on that one. This little volunteer is a little. I'm gonna go up and get my potted ones and do these like hybrids or real tomatoes. 13 viewers, that's great. Tell me if, well, you can't tell. Try chatting, because and And these are volunteer, and I put them in anything I can find. Okay, I'll let them go. I'll get this. Look at this. This one. This one's growing out of a bucket. I've had a tomato in this bucket for the last 4 or 5 years, and the bucket's about finished. It's got a big old crack in it. Well, it made the decision itself, and it jumped in my hand, so it's picked. And people watching me sweat. I gotta put this on. Shoo. See if I can do it one-handed. You can tell I'm not Jewish. Okay. All right, 2 viewers. I scared them off. Back to picking. Nice try, Titty. Okay. Maybe that's a joke a little bit. Did I get those? I can pick these. They're just yellow. I'll let you go. Let that poor one have one tomato to hold on to. It's been really hot, and these potted tomatoes, they get dry easy. Well, I'm gonna flip the camera. At least I got a chat. One chat. I'm gonna flip around. And oh, wait, hold on. Well, I don't see anything here. Now look at this big one on a. Nope, you're not ready. Oh, there's one. Pretty good sized. Now I'm gonna go in. Let's see. I'm gonna go in the what do you call it? The hybrids or the dedicated tomatoes. Pick these. This plant here, I took inside last November, and I held it. It stayed alive in the house. That one's not ready. And I brought it out in March, and it's had a hell of a. It had tomatoes from there all the way through. There was just, I bet it's had certainly over 100 tomatoes. And I don't know if it's gonna die. See, there's some little ones. So it's gonna keep going a little bit, but I don't know how long. But that's kind of cool to have a tomato over winter, and you bring it out and it produces for you. Let's see. This is another volunteer. Oh, this is the one that didn't put tomatoes on until one of the last ones in the garden. It's got a lot of green ones on it. Looks great. Here's another volunteer that's got, well, there's actually, it's two, here's different plants because there's some, they almost look like Romas, but they're not Romas. And that's mixed in with a large tomato, and that's cool. There's a whole bunch of them. I bet I don't know how tomatoes mix, cross-pollinate, but it looks like home. Testing. I rebooted the Wi-Fi, but I might have, the screen probably, it's a good looking one. That's too bad. Any viewers? Come on. I'm going to end this and restart. Maybe do some other videos. Okay. Exit. Oh, I got viewers. Almost quit. Almost dumped the stream. Okay, got 8 viewers. Why is this? Hold on. I'm going to turn that Wi-Fi off and hope I keep testing. Chat. It says 5 viewers. I keep forgetting that the Wi-Fi out here is inconsistent, and my streams got 1 viewer. I hope it's a real viewer. Okay, I'm picking these celebrity. I'm gonna go in there and find out which. These got some decent size. They're starting to pick up. We got some good size. I think there's not as many as the beefsteak, but they'll make up. They're making up with. They're throwing out tomatoes up way up in the air, so they're going to be putting tomatoes probably all summer. So pretty good for bucket of tomatoes at no cost. Volunteer tomatoes, free seed, and that's good. I think I'm done with it. Not done, but done picking. And let's see. Boom. Here's my 5th corn. And my 3rd, what's it, 4th? No, 3rd. That's my 4th corn over there. The 4th corn is shaking in its boots because a groundhog bit one off yesterday, and I'm going to try to trap him, but I don't know. I don't like my odds. So I'm going to take these in the house and put on the card table. And I think I got them all. There's a pineapple in Tennessee. I got to take those in the winter. Pineapples don't do much. They'll die. I had one die because it was a rainfall and it died, and I'd be careful now. And I got some babies over here. They're bok choy, and I got some Napa cabbage started, and the family likes hot pot, so I'm going to try to grow them some bok choy. Bok choy is it's a tasty little thing when you put it in the hot pot for about maybe a couple minutes. It's pretty tasty. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put these on the table. It's dark. And I'm just showing off my onions. White onions. And probably the most onions I've ever picked are... let me feel this. Oh, that's one. Oh, that's got some kind of a... I was worried about it deteriorating, but it's got kind of a skin that's covering multiple onions. So, hey, I'm gonna be silly. I'll put these down, and I'll probably find it rather quick. Look at my seed stash, because you want to be correct about what tomato. Okay, onion. I wonder if these are the, I got watermelons. Shoot. no, I got Romas. I can plant Romas. These seeds are like 7 years old. I got to come across the tomato that I planted. Oh, they're all Romas and crap so far. Maybe I used them. I don't think I used them. Boy, I'm probably try. Hey, I'm gonna try to get these pepper. Oh, hold on, tomato. There's Celebration, and they come in. And they got pellets. There's a material around seed, and these germinated real good. And and I got when I went to the food bank, and they had all kinds of seed for free, and I just kept on. Well, maybe we'll use that. I mean, it's like cauliflower. I'm not a cauliflower person, but there's cauliflower in here, and herbs, and it's getting to a point where these seeds aren't going to be viable. But I'll keep try to use them up, and they didn't cost a dime. So I'm gonna go over here, and oh, it feels so much better in this basement. This basement's about like 65 degrees, and it's a lot better. And a good sign, on one of my tomatoes, there was wormholes in them, but there was wormholes in that same one last time. But I did a little bit of spraying. Ooh, this one needs to go to the fridge. It's and there's no more. I haven't seen any more damage. Sometimes you can see I don't know what they are. They're just a tomato caterpillar or some sort, and they start on the leaves, and then they go down, and this one needs to be refrigerated. I might just set them here in this other fridge. These I'm going to hold over and try to remember to put them up. And this is a volunteer tomato. I'm going to just give it to Nana when it gets a little more riper, and then if she eats it and likes it, and I'll just say, well, that's a volunteer. That's the one that shouldn't be any good. So, I hope he didn't bust. Well, here's one's got a crack. Yeah, I gotta put these in. I'm gonna do it right now. Where could I put these? I'll put it in the butter drawer. And here's a lot of my early garden, except the bok choy and the Napa. That's for the new fad of hot pot. And I got lots of taters. These are sweet onions, and I got Texas sweet onions right here. More potatoes. I got eggs from the neighbor before she moved her chickens. And these are all spuds. Yeah, if you're storing taters, you got to make sure they're not. I've been keeping this fridge at 37. If I go like 34, they start freezing on the edge of where the air comes in, and that's no good. You'll have some rotten taters, or nasty ones. Okay, people are still watching. I'm gonna place these out. Okay. Oh, they say when you pick them, and if the stem is gone, you turn them down, because the moisture goes right to where the stem came off. And the stemmed ones you leave up, because the moisture's there. It's some kind of process, but that's what they say, or it's just good luck. Here's all these celebration, I guess, and I'm gonna get down to those what do they call it? The cherry tomato. I'll just pour them out. There's so many of them. Now, last year at this time, I was looking at my pictures, and I think I had the table full here of tomatoes and two like banana boxes. Where's the boxes at? They're like long, big flats, and I had a lot more tomatoes this time last year. I don't know, just different factors. Yes, weather. Going to Australia didn't help. So yeah, I think they got. We were gone for 3 weeks, and I had a garden, and I came back and I rehabbed it, and I'm a, pretty much for the most part, everything turned out pretty much the same as it would have. Maybe a little lag. I think the tomatoes lagged a little. I think the corn could have been better. I think the weeds. See, if you're in the garden, you're weeding and you're tilling and you're mulching, and it stirs up the soil and keeps, you get the weeds out and they don't compete. Gotta watch, that one's got a little crack. And I don't know why people are watching, but they are. Cute pineapple. Hey, Crystal Foreman. I hope she's still here. Yeah, that's a cute one, but I wish it was bigger. It might taste good when it gets ripe. Let's see. I'm about ready to dump. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'll get the bigger ones out.